Hello everyone, this is Leon Cruz for the Intense Apex Alpha Male blog, podcast, and website. And also my new website, leoncruz.com, where I give you my news, views, and reviews. And for this week, ending, let's see, look at my calendar here. Ending June the 2nd, today's June the 3rd, I would like to talk about three things that have come to pass this week. The first thing is Donald Trump's separation from the Paris Accord, and Kathy Griffin's troubles she got herself into, and Michael Herr becoming unhinged. So stay tuned. Okay, for those who do not know who Kathy Griffin is, she's a comedian who's been on television and doing stand-up for quite some time. I remember her from the Jerry Seinfeld show when I used to watch that show when it was on back in the 90s. And Seinfeld was kind enough to give her a spot in his show so that she can get some notoriety. But anyone who understands and knows a lot of these comedians, Kathy Griffin is not a nice person at all. She hates Christians, she hates conservatives, and she hates libertarians. And she's so crazy that she wants to have sex with gay men. That tells you how dysfunctional she really is, because gay men do not like women at all. And she mentioned this to Alison Cooper. Alison Cooper being a gay male. And we see that what she did this past week by holding up a severed head of Donald Trump, a mock severed head of Donald Trump, that's to be expected, because people like her are basically very trashy, and they'll do anything to get their stupid point across. Now, we know that's freedom of speech, and she has the right to do that. Just like several years ago, we had a clown out in the rodeo several years ago putting on an Obama mask and doing something similar, not to that extent, and getting heat for it as well. He got fired from the rodeo. But you see, the difference between the rodeo clown and Kathy Griffin is that it was done and over with the rodeo clown. Kathy Griffin, not only did she put on a video apologizing, slowly thereafter, like the scum that she is, she went on to play the victim. She's playing the victim card. Now she's attacking Trump like he's the bad guy, and she's the one being picked on. One thing I can't understand is how anyone in their right mind can be a liberal. I don't understand that. Their card that they pull out is a victimization card. Now she's playing the typical female oppressed white woman card, and she's bashing old white men. Okay, that's the scenario and paradigm she's pushing. And to top it off, she has Gloria Allred's daughter representing her, another tick on a dog's ass, slip and fall lawyer. And she's learned well from her mother, because Gloria Allred is also just that. She goes on, and then she starts to cry to get the people's sympathy, and all the freakazoids in Hollywood fall for that. And she's blaming Trump and his family for bullying her.
Hi everybody, I'm Kathy Griffin. I am really nervous right now. I've never done a press conference. I don't really know how they work. Feel free to jump in. And when I get nervous, I like make jokes, so I'm probably gonna like stumble and stuff.
She's gonna make some comments and then we'll do questions, okay?
I sort of had a speech prepared.
So let her
like
talk
my notes are by the wayside. It's all off the cuff. Look, I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. He's a bully. I've dealt with older white guys trying to keep me down my whole life, my whole career. I'm a woman in a very male-dominated field. I love what I do. I love making people laugh more than anything in the world. And I have learned over the years that sometimes when you do stand-up, and I've done it in a war zone, and I've done it at Walter Reed Hospital, and I've done it at Carnegie Hall, sometimes people want, you know, a joke that's out there and a little crazy. So regarding the image that I participated in, that apology absolutely stands. I feel horrible. I have performed in war zones. The idea that this, you know, made people think of this tragedy, to have been touched by this tragedy, is horrifying and it's horrible. Trust me, if I could redo the whole thing, I would have had a blow-up doll and no ketchup. You know, I make mistakes. I'm an out-there comedian. I'm an in-your-face comedian. But I just wanted to say, you know, if you don't stand up, you get run over. And what's happening to me has never happened, ever, in the history of this great country, which is that a sitting president of the United States and his grown children and the First Lady are personally, I feel, personally, trying to ruin my life forever. Forever. You guys know him. He's never going to stop. I know him. Let me talk to like a camera like I'm talking to him. And I might make a couple jokes because I'm super nervous. Everyone's pointing to their camera. I'll just this one. All right, I'll sort of look in this direction. All right, so I know him. All right, so the Donald, it's me, the Kathy. And if you guys don't know this, if you meet him, he wants you to call him the Donald, which I've always thought was the weird. And I remember saying to him the first time, okay, I'm the Kathy, and that went right over his nest. Okay, that was a joke about his hair, but I had.
Okay, so you get the idea about the press conference Kathy Griffin had. And here we see a picture with her back in 2010, taking a picture with Donald Trump, trying to get a cameo appearance. Well, not a cameo appearance, but a picture with Donald Trump. Apparently we see Trump is not really a bad guy. He's quite a decent guy, but yet these comedians, for whatever reason, hate him. And the liberals hate him. And here's a newsflash. Donald Trump is not a staunch conservative. He is liberal in many of his views, which begs the question, why are these freakazoids so unhinged on the things he's doing? So, again, here's a picture. We see the hypocrite Griffin with Donald Trump. Okay, so we see Kathy Griffin playing the victim. First, she starts stirring stuff up, can't handle the heat, and now is playing the victim. Again, I don't know how a person can be a liberal. These people do stupid crap. When they're called a task, then they play the victim. They can't handle it. Apparently, several sponsors gave up on her. One was a potty device company that produces this little step ladder that goes in front of the toilet and allows your colon to align the natural way when you're taking a dump. Well, that company dumped her. Also, CNN dumped her as well. She will not be doing the New Year's Eve show with CNN. So I guess this is one of the reasons why she's trying to fight back, because all her sponsors are apparently leaving her, so she's blaming Trump for the sponsors leaving her. When in reality, it's her actions that caused her problems. So I do not feel sorry for her at all, and I always knew back when I used to see her on TV that she was a scumbag and not a nice person at all. So that's my take on Kathy Griffin. I'll leave more links so you can watch the whole conference if you're interested, in the description below. Okay, for our second segment over here, we want to talk about Donald Trump leaving the Paris Accord. Now, the Paris Accord was a treaty that Obama signed during his presidency, which was basically a non-binding promise to cut down carbon emissions, which would help reduce what they believe to be global warming. And China signed on, India signed on, Paris, France signed on, the United States signed on. The only problem with that is that the United States was the one holding most of the responsibility for reducing the greenhouse effect by reducing power plants, which reduces jobs, the creation of industrialized energy in this country. Now, China signed on, but they're not going to keep to any promises or anything, unbinding promises. They're going to go full force, and they're known as the biggest polluters of the earth. And India has a lot to gain, while we basically disenfranchise the workers and lower our industrial capacity as they slowly increases theirs, which basically will throw us into somewhat of a soft third world type of country. And the President Trump saw that this was a big no-no, so he backed off. He said if they could come up with something better, that he'll join. Meaning that the United States cannot have all the responsibility while the other countries do not try to live up to the treaty in terms of lowering carbon emissions and things like that. First of all the freakazoid liberals, again, being the dummies that they are complaining about that the earth is going to fry, we're all going to die. Well, we are going to die one day, absolutely. And the governor, Jerry Brown of California, that moron, who's destroying the state, by the way, that state is going down the toilet quick fast, and if the people do not wake up, it's going to go the way of Detroit, Michigan, and quite possibly go the direction of Puerto Rico as well, which is not good at all. But he is using the typical liberal fear-mongering without having any facts. So, first of all, I don't believe in global warming. Climate change, yes, the climate changes constantly. I do believe in climate change, absolutely. Is the earth getting hotter? Quite possibly, but not like the liberal freakazoids will have you believe. And the interesting thing with that is that it's a ruse. It's always been a ruse. And one of the great sources that I advise you to look up and study, go to your library or read, is the book called The Politically Incorrect Guide to Global Warming. Look for that at Amazon. I always keep my books. I don't like to take them out at the library, so I like to keep a reference library. I usually purchase the books. And that is one book that I advise you to buy or borrow from the library and study and read. And come to the understanding the ruse that's being perpetuated by the globalists and their useful idiots, the liberals, on this global warming scam. So I'm going to leave a link below as well on Trump's speech that he gave on leaving the Paris Accord. Okay, for this third segment, I'd like to talk about Michael Herr from Shield of the Sun. Now, if you don't know who Michael Herr is, I advise you to go and subscribe to his channel. He's a Christian brother that gives a plethora of great information on all things the Word of God, coupled with current events, the science, and everything that's going on now. Michael Herr is an ecclesiastical trained pastor. He's also a journalist, a researcher, a reporter, and a producer, along with being an author. He's authored several books. He's managed to pen several books based on many of the wonderful videos he puts up. Now, The funny thing here is that I've been getting emails and comments, text messages from friends and emails from people who follow my channel, telling me that Michael Herr has recently become what you call unhinged. And we see there are people who also have channels and that are attacking him. And it came to pass that those who are attacking him, two individuals in particular, have been called out to be phonies. These two channels, who you can watch Michael Herr, he talks about the channels. The creators of these two channels were going after him and attacking him. My friends, I have to tell you, Michael Herr is not unhinged. He's normal and he's passionate about serving the Lord and speaking the truth. Unfortunately, in this YouTube world and the social media world, we have a lot of people who are basically cowards and basically punks and liars. They want to take people like Michael Herr and discredit them. They're disinformation trolls. It's similar to what's happening with the alternative media versus the fake news media on the lamestream, what you see coming out of the TV. Immediately when the fake news was ousted for being fake, immediately those people went on the attack on the alternative media on a trolling campaign to spew disinformation about them. The ones that are telling the truth were attacked by the ones telling the lies for being called out for being liars. So that's what we see happening here with Michael Herr. Michael Herr is a guy who is out there telling the truth. Absolutely the truth, based on the research, biblical principles, and common sense. So he's being attacked by people who are phonies, but they go on the attack to inform you on the real deal. This is the reason why you really have to pray to the Lord and ask for discernment, because in this world of information, we're being bombarded with so many things that as an adult you have to try to cut through the lies and the truth. So we must be like Solomon and pray to God for wisdom, because through wisdom you'll have discernment, and through this discernment you will gain all the proper knowledge needed so that you will not perish, because Jesus says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. In order for you to cut through the garbage and get the truth, you have to learn how to discern. So Michael Herr is not unhinged. As a matter of fact, Michael Herr is a real pastor, no question about it, and he's a real man. He attacks his those who deter him like a man. He talks strongly to let them know that he's the real deal. If these people who are attacking him can repent and also do what he's doing, spreading the truth. But instead, what they're doing is basically what Satan does. They mix some truth with some lies. It's like rat poison. It's 99% good food, 1% bad food, and it's no good. So, once again, you should discern carefully. There are a lot of new channels popping up being so-called Christian and conservative and libertarian. So what you have to do is discern carefully. And how do you discern? By studying the gospel of Jesus Christ. Again, the book of John, book of Romans. Pray for wisdom, which will give you discernment. Michael Herr again, and I'm putting this video out for those who follow me and my friends and those who I on my list on the phone, text. Continue to support Michael Herr because he is not unhinged. And if you want to be realistic, he is unhinged in the fact that he hates evil. And that's a good way to be unhinged. So don't get intimidated by him. You know who you are. Only the cowards and the losers are the ones who are going to be intimidated by what he's saying. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. So this will conclude my segment for the news, views, and reviews for this week. But I'm going to put up another video, a little different than this one, for those who are working out and training and trying to get in shape. As you know from the last video I put up, I'm a big supporter of the troops, and I have two personal friends who are serving right now. Jose Alberto Medense. He's a Marine, young guy, about 22. He's a brother in Christ. He goes to the same church I go to. And Adam Hume, who's currently serving in the Army in South Korea. And he's also working on building his physique, and I'm witnessing to him and sending him a lot of good info. So pretty soon we'll be doing a podcast with him as well, so you can get a first-hand account of what's going on in Korea. Right now we see the little pot-bellied pig in North Korea sending out missiles, trying to flex his muscles, his artillery muscles, to let the adjoining countries in that area, like Japan and as far as Hawaii, to let them know that he means business if a push comes to shove, which is basically a chihuahua barking. He does not have the might to do anything. He's basically a coward, but like communists do, they try to intimidate those who live in the free world. Keep in mind that communism cannot survive without capitalist dollars, and the bankers who are running the world are the ones feeding the communist countries. And we'll get more into that later. So until next time, God bless you all, and stay safe.
Hey everyone, this is Leon Cruz for the Intense Apex Alpha Male blog, podcast, and website. And I want to introduce you to one of our new sponsors called Red Monkey, which is a nootropic supplement. Red Monkey is one of many of the class of supplements known as red supplements. So out of that category, I'd like to talk to you about a specific one, which is the one I just mentioned, Red Monkey. What exactly is Red Monkey? Red Monkey is a potent blend of nootropics and cognitive enhanced ingredients that work together to increase your mood and kill social anxiety. The several potent nootropics in Red Monkey specifically work by targeting and improving the efficiency of neurotransmitters in the brain. The end result is improved cognitive function, memory, creativity, and motivation, and decreased anxiety and stress. Now, some of the ingredients in Red Monkey consist of N-acetyl-L-creatine, which is a nootropic, improves irritability and anxiety levels. Bokpa Maneri, which boosts memory, cognitive ability, and brain health. 5-HTP, which is also another nootropic, which promotes relaxation, boosts mood, and alleviates stress, as well as enhances focus, reduces anxiety and depression. It also contains L-theanine, which increases dopamine levels and improves mood, boosts focus, memory, and brain health, and reduces stress and anxiety. And another nootropic ingredient, Rhodea rosa, reduces fatigue, boosts concentration, and alleviates stress. And a main one, which has been getting a lot of media attention, Phenibut. That's Phenibut. The only ingredient in Red Monkey that isn't a nootropic, and this ingredient in particular is what is largely responsible for the amazing relaxation and stress anxiety relieving benefits of Red Monkey. So, if you want to try Red Monkey, go to my website www.intenseapexalphamale.com and give it a try. Once you try it, my advice would be to use it at least once every 7 days so that the body does not get accustomed to it, and only use it when you feel fatigued with a cup of coffee on an empty stomach in the morning. And depending on the size of the person, start out with 2 capsules in the morning, and again 2 capsules at lunchtime. If you feel no effect, the following week I would advise you to try 4 capsules. in the morning on an empty stomach with coffee, and then wait about an hour before you have breakfast, and then at noon you take the other 4. Also keep in mind, do not exceed 8 capsules in one particular day. Okay, so once you do that, make sure you're doing it on a day you need it the most, where you're going to focus on your training, working out, or you have some big projects you're working on. This product will help you stay focused, will take away the sleepiness, and keep you actually being creative. Your mind will begin to focus and increase your cognitive skills and creativity. So once again, if you want to try out Red Monkey, which is one of our new sponsors, I personally use it. I use 4 capsules in the morning and 4 capsules in the afternoon. If you want to try it, go to www.intenseapexalphamale.com and let me know what you think. Thank you, and God bless you.